To seize this moment, we have to use technology to open up our democracy.
Good evening. Rap news is back this week on the back of yet another massive leaking, which lays bare and paints a clear picture of the actual dealings and reality of Operation Iraqi Freedom. It's been 7 years of that illegal invasion, which has claimed 1 million Iraqi people. The leaping toll of casualties and images from Abu Ghraib of rape, kidnappings, beatings, as hawks now have their eyes fixed on Iran. We analyze the man behind that original plan. And these very events, presenting our first guest, Donald Rumsfeld, Secretary of Defense. Mr. Rumsfeld?
Hi there.
Welcome down to the station. In light of this revelation, how do you feel now about the invasion?
This isn't new information, and it was liberation. Iraqis are now free to play soccer and PlayStation.
What about Abu Ghraib and the allegations, not just of humiliation, but of savage raping?
My actual statement is the military and the killing scene is at liberty to blow off a little steam. If you remember, the Iraqis had WMD.
Doesn't it trouble you that you failed to find any?
Well, steady, I never said Iraq had weapons, you know.
Yes, you did. You said that exact fact a second ago.
You know, there's things we know and things we don't know. And the knowns we know are known as known knowns. Things we know we don't know, which are known as no-nos among the knowns, and the no-nos we know go with the don't-knows.
I don't know. Intelligence was distorted and cynical, scorned and ridiculed, support for your war was minimal. Won't history judge you as a war criminal?
We'll write the books. They won't be at all critical. This interview's over. General?
Get him, boys.
Hey, ow! Take him away. He's pitiful.
With pleasure. Now to shut rap news down forever.
Alright, kill the live feed. Bring the live feed. This is News World Order. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Resuming entirely regular broadcasts of news for unbiased, fair, broad, and balanced views. Now, my first guest is a true American hero. Donald?
Bill, good to finally get on a real show.
So, how's the United States of Iraq in the last quarter?
Well, our crack forces, hand in hand with Blackwater, have forged ahead, creating an idyllic state that will hand over to whoever's left at the end.
The number of people in the Middle East opposed to democracy has swiftly decreased.
Yeah, by like 1 million at least since 2003.
That's 1 million more people who are now blissfully in peace. And WikiLeaks?
Bill, please, don't get me started on those frickin' cyber geeks.
What gets me is these hippies keep criticizing the military when the military keeps them living free from tyranny, terrorists, and nuclear bomb threats.
They seem to have a military-industrial complex, and this Julian Assange makes his foolish demands as the blood of Afghanis pools in his hands.
A lot of people are saying he's ruled by his glands, that he kidnapped schoolgirls and abused them in Iceland. But now, a word from our sponsor. We'll be back pretty fast with the former Secretary of Kickin' Ass.
Why see shades of grey? Why be alone? Try another Soma. Soma! Life's good, shut up.
Alright, we're back in the nose spine zone. News World Order live in your mobile home. So Bradley Manning.
Bradley Manning. Man, I'm glad we grabbed him. We're gonna black bag him, tag him, pack that homo away. Let's see him hack his way out of Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, you know what you ought to do. Enhanced interrogation. Wait, there's a problem with my auto cue. What's that? Sorry, Bill, we have to interrupt. It just says you've been wanked. Stupid thing is stuck.
Wank, you say? I remember that from the NASA days.
Bill, we've been hacked, I'm afraid. Hacked? Fuck! We'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks! Do it live!
Wank. Only one man would use slang this way. It has to be Julian Assange.
G'day. Gentlemen, hey? I couldn't help noticing you mentioned my name.
Assange? How the hell did you get in the frame?
A simple hack. You left the back door open again.
Well, hack off your hands, leave you rolling in pain.
I thought we controlled this whole station.
Our signal's being jammed from an undisclosed location.
You telling me we can't even get that fag?
Well, he's somewhere north, south, east, or west of Baghdad.
Bill O'Reilly, for dangerous defiance of reason and betrayal of journalism, I now try you for treason. Shut up! You just leak crap! You're dead! I think you'll find it's you that leaks crap and is dead.
What's happening to his head?
It's leaking every single bit of crap he's ever said.
We'll get you, Assange, and your little site too!
But 1,000 other sites will creep up behind you. I'm an avalanche. They didn't stand a chance against my battle plans. Robert, here, have your channel back. Apologies for the appalling violence. Julian, you look different. These days I can afford a stylist. Now the enemies of truth will cower before the avenging archangel and my brutal power. With the hammer of Thor, I will leap forth, crush the imposters.
I couldn't agree more.
Ah! What's going on here?
I think you know.
Is that Julian Assange?
Yes, it is. Hello.
Look at his hair. Everyone knows it's white. This isn't Assange, it's some loser with lowlights. Now get out of here, you fake Assange. It's time for me to leak the true fate of Atlantis.
No, it's time to see who the heck this is.
Terrence Moonseed.
Gat, you pesky kids!
Well, I think it's time to end this session. It seems journalism's become a dangerous profession, risking ostracism, extradition to provide a clear picture of the world we live in. But without truth, history will certainly repeat the same wars in this time of universal deceit. Telling the truth has become a revolutionary act, so let us salute those who disclose the necessary facts.
Every American should be outraged by the situation. The whole thing is embarrassing and ultra disturbing.
Good morning. This is a Juice News call-out in the wake of Cablegate and the subsequent fallout. Bulls out revelations, observations of diplomats, giving actual confirmation of hidden facts, spilling backroom deals, leaking leaders' chit-chat, money laundering and tit-for-tat, spits and spats. The picture that emerges, provided by the service, shines light further behind the wire curtain. Certainly, this has divided views of the populace. Some say it's obvious, nothing new in these documents. Others say it's ominous and applaud the revelations. Others still call for the messenger's assassination. Following Assange's arrest and calls for his head, over 9,000 counterattacks on all of the web. The State Department being forced to defend, spying at the UN and a secret war in Yemen. Despite DDoS attacks on Wikileaks system, day by day cables still spray through mirror reflection. Will Cablegate change the game or lead to repression? We get face to face with Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton, how does it feel to get leaked on?
It's scandalous. This is a case of high treason. It's against the land of the brave and divine freedom. We're the good guys for democracy. We fight evil, and we've waged peace around the world, proud of the flag. These leaks could devalue this powerful brand, bring military operations straight to a halt. Our shareholders, clients, and partners would plainly revolt.
But aren't you beholden to the American public? And isn't the US one of the primary culprits in overthrowing governments?
Such as?
Chile, Iran, Nicaragua?
Please, stop with the drama. The American people are our employees, whose taxes fund the wars that support our schemes. Their kids become troops we send overseas in return for mega malls in the American dream. And if our client states don't like the things that we do, we install a dictator with a CIA coup. In foreign relations, subversion is the method we use. WikiLeaks threaten the system, so it's a terrorist group.
But people of the world seem to generally approve of WikiLeaks' actions in spreading the truth.
They do? Well, then they're terrorists too. Dissenters are traitors, as history proves, and they always lose.
That's curious. Weren't some of our greatest heroes persecuted for this reason?
Who?
Mandela, Gandhi, Jesus? You idealist. Okay, now for another perspective. Prison Planet host Alex Jones.
This Assange has apparently shown the emperor on the palace throne grabbing at clothes. But I've heard anecdotes, I'll show it fits. This Patsy's a triple agent for the globalists. He claims openness, but he's actually a catalyst for the one world government of commie-Nazi fascists. Robert, I'm getting paranoid. I need to state this is a false flag attack to create a police state. A cyber 9/11, that's the secret vision. Right now they're debriefing Julian in a British prison.
So WikiLeaks is an inside job?
They hide the truth to distract from the climate deal in Cancun.
You tried doing my job without hiding something. I ain't called Secretary of State for nothing.
But surely, now you're exposed out on the stage, one would expect the world's leaders to be outraged by the spying, lies, emerging charges. Now on the line, it's Colonel Gaddafi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Are you outraged?
Well, now that there's a Muslim brother, the president of US, we expected secrets to be kept. Now we have to keep abreast of these huge security leaks. Obama must get firm grip on WikiPits.
How about you, Mr. Berlusconi? Will your reputation fall more in this pandemonium?
Marovetto, gli italiani mi amano come bambini e glielo metto in culo come Mussolini. The American flag is symbol global of liberty, and I love Hillary, though she's a bit too old for me. By the way, Robert, how much for your new show? I pay cash.
I just got some rubles. Sorry, Silvio, we have scruples. It's not for sale.
Vamos, Hillary, come have a cigar at my hotel.
Well, Hillary, it appears that the leaders are not that outraged.
Are you serious? Of course not. We're one happy family tree, son, as you'll see soon when we hang Assange for treason.
Treason? Could an Australian ever stand trial?
Ha! Australia's in the American Empire. We have puppet states, franchisees, subsidiaries, provided they obey their guaranteed liberty. We're not letting Assange get out of our grip. You know how hard it was to plant a condom that splits?
Hell, you turd! Your Bilderberg lies are blatant.
But Alex, where's your evidence that Assange is an agent?
Well, obviously, this is a globalist psyops plot designed to keep us in the dark. They're climbing in your windows, they're snatching your income tax, trying to slave you, so you'll need to hide your kids, hide your wife, buy a gun, buy a knife, watch my show, buy your gold, and buy your silver, because they're slaving everybody out here. We don't have to look for no facts, we know this is true. They gon' trip you, they gon' tag you, but we can run and yell that, run and yell that, run and yell that. New world order.
We got his IP hit and left out of this and all. He is so done. He is really going on trial. But what is Assange accused of?
I was molested by Julian in the Stockholm.
So done, so done, so done, so.
Okay, it's almost time to end for the day, but until we meet again, a few questions remain. Is WikiLeaks really the greatest threat that we face, or is it the response we're seeing in defense of the state? A response which is building and seeks to turn back the clock on freedom of speech and fundamental rights earned over a century. This should ring alarm bells for all who know their history. From this evidence, are we neglecting our memory and repeating the trajectory of the 20th century? And if so, upon seeing the facts but ceasing to act, don't we deserve the leaders we have? What needs to befall before we open the door and yell,
I'm mad as hell, I'm not gonna take it anymore?
Or do we sit waiting for messiahs or aliens or a superhero if they're not all one and the same meme? History, dear viewers, is happening. Will we ever get a similar chance again? History books will be written about events this month. The story they will tell is up to us.